In the Miller Time segment tonight, as you may know, Dennis Miller is a weekly contributor here at The Factor, and he is certainly a high-profile guy. So we decided to put together the best of Miller 2008, and here it is. Did you ever hear of this guy, Blagojevich, before this happened yesterday?
No, I first saw him on the TV. I thought it was Stan Mikita in the womb. I had no idea who he was. Well, all I know is I bought a senatorship on Craigslist today, and I'm darn happy about it, Bill. You know, I haven't seen a bigger hack than Blagojevich come out of Chicago since the great slugger Wilson played at 190 one of his teammates for the 1930 Cubbies. This is the quintessential political hack, and it's just nice to know that my president-elect went through that entire system. All these guys, Ayers, Blagojevich, Rezko, the Reverend Wright, and he didn't notice any of them. At his worst, he is oblivious, and at his absolute worst, he is disingenuous.
Judas. I was shocked when James Carville, who I believe was at the Last Supper himself, called Governor Richardson Judas. Were you as appalled as I was?
Well, I look at Carville's picture there. I'm just shocked when you squint that much, you still need glasses. Listen, the Clintons run with rough guys. Begala, that is the most hateful smile I've ever seen, a big toothy cleaver. And when you're talking about Skeletor here, he plays rough. You better wear a cup. I always look at Carville, and he's like a Muppet that was accidentally washed on hot or something. You just ask him a question, you might as well yank the pool starter and that ugly garlic knot of a head of his. He starts yipping away like some satanic chihuahua under a strobe light. And he's PO'd here. He's more unhinged than a tater cellar door in a Cat 5 hurricane. Richardson got under his skin. And by the way, I want to compliment Richardson for showing up to get the Mexican vote in the El Diablo goatee. I mean, for God's sakes, why didn't he just show up in a Mexican wrestling mask?
It's Miller's birthday, everyone. He's 35 years old.
Can you give me one present?
Yes, what would you like, Miller?
Could you call me Dennis?
Okay, Dennis.
Just once?
Dennis, how are you?
Did you
how are
call
you, Dennis?
Me Dennis?
It's your
Get over
It's your birthday.
Billy.
Right. Is that enough?
That's beautiful.
Okay.
That's all I want.
All right, Miller, now we're back.
I'm in tears.
It's his birthday, and now we're back. Okay. Election Eve,
yeah.
You've cast your vote. Here's an interesting thing on the Fox News poll. Of those who, like you, have voted in advance, it's 48-47 right now.
Well, listen, here's the thing, Bill. As I sit here the night before, I feel good because I think that this is the last slap in the face for the Vietnam veterans. I'll tell you the God's truth. When I hear about Ayers and I think of Barack Obama, I don't know what the relationship is, but he knows him. He'll even talk to him, which is one more step than I'd go.
Me too.
Weather Underground guy.
Right.
And then you got McCain, who serves 5.5 years. Here we are in the year 2008, and to me, the Vietnam vet has always been the most disparaged veteran through the history of time.
Neglected.
It breaks my heart to think that I've got this guy, and this guy, and this guy's winning. So I am proud to lodge that vote for John McCain, and for no other reason to thank all the Vietnam vets watching. For God's sakes, not only is it hell to fight a war, but to fight a war where you're disparaged for fighting it, God bless you for giving me the life I have.
All right, that was good.
Call me Dennis again.
I can't. Everybody wants to know what your advice to the governor is.
First off, my advice would be she should never repeat a line again from that big speech that night.
The difference between a hockey mom and a pit bull? Lipstick.
That's silly. That was a once-in-a-lifetime event. She should treat it as such.
Okay.
Secondly, I think there's a chance that she can get into Joe Biden's kitchen.
Hello.
If I was her, I would do something. During the debate, at some point, he's going to wheel out one of his tired Joe Biden canards, and she should say, Joe, you can put lipstick on that pig, but it's still a pig. People will flip out if she does
Place
that.
goes wild.
They won't believe she has that sort of moxie. And she should constantly refer to the McCain doctrine throughout the evening. Well, no matter what she's talking about, she should say the McCain doctrine. And finally, when she gets to the end of this debate, she should look across the table at Joe and she should say, listen, there's one thing we can agree on. We both had sons go off to Iraq. Now, during the 2000 election, the Democratic Party in Florida tried to not count their votes. Can you and I make a pact tonight that we will count their votes? He'll be painted into a corner. He won't know what to say.
So how skeptical are you going to be about Obama? Are you going to bring a skepticism in from the beginning?
I'm always skeptical about guys who want to be president because it seems like its own form of madness to me. But I'll tell you, if he wants to earn my goodwill and the goodwill of a lot of people, he had to flatten these punks at AIG who keep taking these guys party. They make Caligula look like a shut-in. Enough is enough. We just gave them $150 billion. We got to follow them around with hidden cameras. Take it all back. Let them go away. It's economic Darwinism. If they want to spend like that, they should go under. Forget the parties, you guys. And I think that he had to come down hard on them right now.
And then arrest Barney Frank, correct?
Barney might want to be arrested.
Okay, Dennis Miller, everybody. I told you to hide the kids.